What up, guys? Alchemist saying something nice for you. Today we are using a forgotten, slept on exotic for hunters right now. But before we continue, shout out to today's sponsor, DVN.net. Guardians, I would like to recommend you all a great service the Traveler blessed us with, DVN.net. Here you can find a team to complete different activities for you, like raids, dungeons, trials, exotics that you don't have, and even power grind. No longer do you have to torture yourself with grind level torture. You can give it to somebody else. You can torture somebody else with it, okay? All the services can be done without account sharing, so no worries about securing your account and having to give away your login information. To order a service like that, all you have to do is talk to an operator in the bottom right corner where it says chat and schedule a self-play appointment with your order. The website has been working for a long time. It has a lot of players, reviews, and payment methods. You can check out everything yourself, and with the promo code AlchemistKirito, you will have a 15% off discount on all services. If you have any further questions, just ask the operator in the bottom right corner. What you waiting for? Get help from DVN.net today. The exotic we're using today is Lucky Raspberry. I know some of y'all probably never even heard this exotic. Some of y'all forgot about this exotic. The original perk for Lucky Raspberry used to be you throw an arc bolt grenade and there was a 33% chance of it triggering again to get your arc bolt grenade back immediately. And then Bungie decides to change the perk on it where it increases the chain capabilities of arc bolt grenades, so now it can chain 4 times instead of the 3 times it usually do. Also too, if you damage a target with Jolt lightning strikes, it gives you 20% of your grenade energy back for the arc bolt grenade, and Ionic Traces give you 5% more energy for your arc bolt grenade instead of the the usual 15%, so it would be 20% there too. And arc bolt grenades naturally stun overload champions, but yeah, Bungie gotta buff this exotic because there's no reason for that part in the exotic because you're gonna be jolting 24/7 with your arc build. So I don't know why Bungie didn't change that to something like unstoppable. Then it would have been way more noteworthy. I don't know what made Bungie say overload, but this exotic is goated right now to a degree. I still believe that arc bolt grenades themselves gotta get buffed up when it comes to damage in PvE, but this exotic is goated right now because when it first got reworked, it was like, okay, yeah, Jolt is in the game, but we don't have that much ways to make Jolt. And then, Bungie started adding extra stuff in subclasses and weapons like Jolt and feedback and all that type of stuff to make Jolt more prevalent in arc builds. But then it was like, okay, again, arc bolt grenades aren't strong, but Bungie then made bolt charges to make arc even stronger. And now with the addition of bolt charges and with the new armor stat remake where our grenade stat buffs our grenade damage up, now arc bolt grenades actually feel worthy to use. So in today's build, we are spamming our arc bolt grenade and basically jolting everything in the room, killing as easy. And every time we trigger the chain effect, and whenever you shoot somebody with Jolt and they do the electric chain effect to enemies, whenever we activate that perk, we get 20% of our grenade energy back, and there's no cooldown to it. So this worked on bosses as well. Like if it's just one enemy in the room and there's no other enemy to get chained by the Jolt, when Jolt still get triggered from you shooting that enemy, you still get your 20% grenade energy. So we paired this with Lodestar exotic because Lodestar get a 30% damage increase whenever you're damaging enemies that are debuffed by arc debuff. So this giving Lodestar that extra 30% extra damage automatically because every enemy gonna be jolted. But also too, your goal is to try to make sure you spread the Jolt debuff inside every enemy so that they all chaining their arc webs off each other so that you have infinite uptime on your arc bolt grenade so you can keep spamming your arc bolt grenade 24/7. And Lodestar also has a perk that when you kill an enemy aim down sights with this weapon and they got an arc debuff on them, it does a blind explosion. So you're blinding enemies in the room as well as you kill them while they're jolted. And Lodestar, if you hold the reload button, when you get the bar full for its exotic perk, you can literally hip fire with it and jolt all the enemies in the room with all of them getting a jolt debuff inside their body. So that just pours into the gameplay loop for Lucky Raspberry to spam your Arc Bolt grenades non-stop. Every other weapon is up to you on what you want to use. In the artifact, the only thing you want is Elemental Coalescence and Refresh Threads, because Elemental Coalescence will be making more Honor Traces. Honor Traces have no cooldown to begin with, just like Stasis Shards. So every time you're getting these kills with your Lodestar and your Arc Bolt grenades, you'll be making a lot of Iron Traces to always have uptime on all of your abilities, since Iron Traces need 15% energy for all your abilities. Then, of course, Refresh Threads, adding more energy to whatever the least charged ability, which will most likely be your Arc Bolt grenade. But in this build, we also have Combination Blow and Tempest Strike, so you still got the lethality in your build. And like I said, you can use any weapon you want outside of Lodestar, so you still got Mint Retrograde or like a crossbow and whatnot. And then the other artifact perk you want is Shield Crush to buff that grenade damage, because you will be amplified and make your grenade come back quicker. So this helps the Arc Bolt grenade kill enemies even more, again, because it needs that damage, because Arc Bolt grenade just don't do a lot on its own without these buffs. So Shield Crush buffing up the Arc Bolt grenade, and your grenade stat buffing up the Arc Bolt grenade. And then you can put on Elemental Overdrive to make Lodestar do 10% more damage from picking up an Iron Trace off the ground, which you'll be doing 24/7. Again, the stats you want, just 200 grenade. Whether you got to use grenade fonts, whatever, doesn't matter. 200 grenades is all you really need in this build. Whatever other stats you lean into, completely up to you. Subclass, all you want is Combination Blow and Tempest Strike for your aspects. And then I'm running Ascension just so I can hit everybody in the room with Ascension. They all get jolt debuff inside their bodies, which pour more into the Lucky Raspberry fantasy. And of course, you will be rocking Arc Bolt grenade. Your super can be whatever you want, but I prefer Gathering Storm, since Gathering Storm jolt enemies as well, which will pour more into that gameplay loop of Lucky Raspberry with the Arc Bolt grenade. Fragments, we're rocking Spark of Frequency so that we can get bolt charge quicker from all our sources when amplified. We got on Spark of Discharge, so whenever we collect the Iron Trace, we get bolt charges. And our Arc Weapon Final Blows make Iron Traces. So Lodestar making Iron Traces, and then that'll give us bolt charges to make the Arc Bolt grenade do even more damage whenever we trigger a bolt charge with it. We got on Spark of Shock, obviously, to make the Arc Bolt grenade spread jolt to enemies, whoever it hits. We got on Spark of Resistance for that survivability whenever we're surrounded. And then we have Spark of Ions on, so whenever we defeat a jolted target or kill the enemy with a bolt charge, it gives us Iron Traces. Everybody gonna be jolted non-stop, so we making Iron Traces 24/7 in this build. And I wish Arc Bolt grenade, everybody hit with Spark of Shock got jolted, but it only jolts the first person it hit, sadly. Unless Bungie changed it, that's how it was back then, but it only jolts the first person that it hit. Okay, armor mods. Armor mods, very straightforward here. Nothing unique in this, except we're just using siphon mods for our weapons to make ores for us. Arm piece, we're rocking firepower, so our Arc Bolt grenade make an ore whenever we kill somebody with it. And then we got impact induction on, so our power melee gives grenade energy back. And then we got grenade font for that plus 20 grenade, because we had 180 in our build. Resist mods on our chest piece. Lead piece, I'm rocking 2 recuperations because my health stat is low. But we do have 1 Arc Weapon Surge on to make Lodestar do even more damage. And then class item, rocking Reaper, Bomber, and Powerful Attraction. Like I said, nothing really special with the armor mods. You can do whatever you want with the armor mods. Just make sure you have 200 grenade stat. All in all, this build is very fun. I know I told you guys I'm making fun builds right now until Renegade comes out. I already made all the tryhard builds. But I'm not gonna lie, color me impressed. This build actually surprised me with the grenade stat right now and the artifact with Shield Crush. This build goes crazy with just throwing Arc Bolt grenade stuff at everything. I took it inside Mythic, which is -30, and then the mission y'all see was -25. So yeah, it covers all of the bases and the power deltas in the game right now. So I see no reason why you can't use this build and have some fun, you know? There's no -40 in the big game. So, you know, hey, go crazy. Fun build. It was a while since I used Arc Bolt grenades. And instead of me running around punching people all day with Combination Blow, even though it's in the build and, you know, for safety precautions, still get used that lethality in the build. it still felt amazing being able to just run around and just throw grenades all day as a hunter. Felt good. So if you're a hunter main, highly recommend you going back to this exotic, forgotten exotic, and have some fun. Highly recommend it. Love you guys. Appreciate you guys as always. And until next time, stay up.